cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into today's episode of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. My name is Sunny. I am here with my co-host, a Giant Skyhawk.
That's me, Large Birds. You all know the story by now. I do like the opposite of the Canada immigration thing like most birds do. I actually just stay. And winter is sometimes fun and sometimes not.
You're just non-migratory.
Exactly, yeah. I'm, what can I say? I'm a bird in a Canada cage.
You could say that right now. You are a roasted goose.
Okay, it's funny that you bring this up. I posted on Twitter being like, can we have Canadian YCS streams? And somebody replied with, what is Canada? And I just replied with a picture of a Canada goose staring at them. So you're not wrong.
I just meant that it's roasted because all of Canada's on fire right now.
That would be BC, yes.
Isn't that where you live?
No, I live in Alberta. Although Alberta has been on fire 2 separate times this summer. So you're not wrong.
Yeah, and also, it's not just BC, yep. Isn't it also the Northern Territories?
Yes, you are correct. Yellowknife, I believe the whole city has been evacuated in the Northwest Territories.
I had heard that on the yard, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Nope, it's accurate. I don't want to talk too much about it. My dad is a air traffic controller, and they have 2 air traffic controllers there running the whole show because they need to have minimal personnel possible. Anyway, that's Canada, and I'm a bird. we can move with the podcast now.
Absolutely. First off, I want to thank all of our wonderful supporters, of course, the patrons. Of course, I want to thank personally Steelfox Games and ETB Games for their continued support of the podcast. And of course, I want to direct you to all of our affiliate links down below, which are Gem Accessories, Tier 0 Games. We have affiliate links where we get a kickback and you get a discount on both of those. Of course, also check out TCG Player affiliate link to support the show. And of course, Dragon Shield affiliate link to support the show. Also, we want to direct you to our Teespring store if you want to get a Top Cut Podcast t-shirt or hoodie. I have felt them. They are shockingly high quality for the price. I mean, I think a hoodie is like $30 and a t-shirt's like $20, but they are ridiculously comfy. I felt when at Nats somebody had ordered one. It was so nice. Also, want to direct you to our Discord. We do have our Discord server. I enjoy it greatly, and I believe we will be trying to do a little bit more in there. I am generally not as active as Skyhawk is, but we do have a wonderful community there, and we would love for you to check them out. And of course, be sure, if you're on Spotify or iTunes, to go ahead and leave us a rating and a review. We really appreciate it.
The upside to joining
with that said
is that if you're terminally online like me, you occasionally get to see me ramble about dinosaurs. So come on down.
True. I also want to give a little bit of a shout out to our Discord mod team. We've had the same mod team in the Discord server for like a long time now, and they do a wonderful job. We have judges on staff that answer questions about rulings and things like that. They all do a spectacular job with just staying on top of things. It's a safe space. It's a great time. I also want to let you know that I know that we've been doing a lot of the Discord recordings lately. Not really our normal thing. I know the audio quality is a little worse. The video quality is a little worse. But as it turns out, it takes a long time to upload several gigabytes of HD footage, and uploading that all online and then Skyhawk downloading it all when we're already on slam time schedules has been really rough. So we're looking into some alternative ways to do that. That way we don't quite have to worry about the upload times as much. But until then, I hope you're okay with Discord video. At least the audio should still be solid.
So what Sunny means by exploring alternatives is that probably minutes before we started recording the podcast, he ordered a $7 cable that will let him use record his fancy camera through the computer. So that was the solution. I figured I would give you all the Cliff's Notes version of Sunny's eloquent explanation.
But I didn't want to just say, hey, I ordered a cable, and so things should be better next week. I wanted to say, hey, there's a reason that we're looking to order a cable.
We understand.
Also, yeah. I do want to say, things been weird the last couple of weeks. We had an episode without Skyhawk. Then we had no episode. And then we had an episode with a world champion. And now we're back to normal. So things have been a little weird. But as we get better and better about the quality of online recordings and being able to record through Discord with guests and stuff like that, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of the guest episodes come rolling back. Because I don't know about you, Skyhawk, because we haven't actually discussed this off the podcast, but I love the guest episodes. The less I talk, the better it is for everyone. So
no, I think the people here love to hear you ramble. But no, it is fun.
I do be rambling.
I did put, I don't know if there's anybody who reads the taglines that I put in the episodes, but I put in the last one 2 episodes in a row with Dragon Link guests. We could try to make it 3. I don't know how far we could get.
I'm sure I could pull it.
Dragon Link players.
I'm sure with everything I have that I can find another high-end Dragon Link player to have on the podcast. I know I could.
I could try to find Shinping, I guess. The inventor.
The thing is, at this point, basically everyone has played some iteration of Dragon Link.
Oh, I see. So really, it's just a process of elimination. Okay, I'm in.
Oh, the Shinping would be crazy.
All
right.
Anyway.
There was something else that I wanted to. Oh yeah. By the way, the reason there was no episode last Friday, was because I was busy and Skyhawk had work, and so we just didn't do one. And I should have announced it, but I forgot because I was busy. So
very true. Yeah, we had some we had some scheduling conflicts, but
yeah,
we're back. And speaking of being back, why don't we get into some news?
What? No, I want to ramble more.
I appreciate your
The last thing I'm going to say before we go in is actually, if you haven't already made plans to go to YCS Vancouver, or if you are going, be sure to go see Giant Skyhawk. He's going to be there. It's going to be great. So be sure to go say hi and get him to sign stuff.
That's me. Vancouver's
we have
fun. Some other people I know are going to be there. Most of the incredibly good Canadian players will be there. I'm sure Jesse, Cotton, and Ryan Yu and everybody. Jaxel MS will be there if you want to see the Curry Bandits. Other than that, I have no idea. So we'll see.
Do you want to walk us through some of what's happened in your life since we last recorded together?
Yeah, sure. So I guess first off,
there's one thing that we really want to talk about.
This is kind of old news, because it's been a week, actually, almost a little over, I think. No, has it been less than that? Time is a blur.
Yeah.
I topped a.
It's been a week and a half as of recording.
So I topped a remote duel regional, and funny enough, it's actually my first regional top. All of my other competitive achievements have been weird remote duel events, the random.
This is still a weird remote duel event.
It's still a weird remote duel event, but it's an actual. It's an actual regional now. Come on.
Yeah.
So it was small.
It's like an actual achievement.
It's bigger than the last 3 Edmonton regionals have been. So I'm gonna
almost combined.
I'm gonna. 2 of them. 2 of them, you might not be wrong.
That face you made, was
so the one in the middle of tier 0 tier format was probably I think 67, and then the one when the entire province was on fire was I think 35 to 40. So unironically, you're pretty darn close. But no, it was really good. So I wanted to play a brew that we have been labbing up in the Necrofusion Enthusiast Discord, hint hint wink wink Vancouver, but I did not have a specific card, so I just I busted out Max Rarity Dino, and and I got top 8, and it was I won't get too much into the run. If you wanna hear more about that, you can go see the deck profile on my channel. But there are some funny things that I want to mention to people who maybe didn't know. So I got 5th. I was the only person at X1 to get 5th, and that is because I lost round 1 to Megalith FTK.
Oh, dude.
The FTK was kind of wild. So if y'all don't know, well, I mean, I don't think most people know how the Megalith FTK works. It's essentially you use the Megalith cards to make infinite rank 4s, and then you do loops with Gale, Dogra, and Omega. So you eventually get to a place with your ritual engine nonsense to get all of your Megalith pieces into rotation. The combo is crazy. We had to reverse engineer it in another Discord that I'm in. You use Puzzlemino to change the level of Cupid Pitch, which is already changing its level, to make AFD and add Gale Dogra. Like it's like you have to go in like insane circles, but it's just Reprintocus, equip to Gale Dogra, equip it. You activate Brain Research Lab because you search it with AFD, and then you have infinite activations of Gale Dogra. You infinitely.
It actually this actually happened to you?
Yes, it happened to me twice in a row. Because I was dumb enough to
in a row.
Yeah, I was dumb enough to blind second the second game because I was like, oh, surely they'll side out of the FTK if they know they're going second. I was wrong. I have to take that. Game 1 was BS. Game 2 was entirely my fault. I should not have my hubris. But then you just you send Omega an infinite number of times with Gale Dogra to loop all of your Heralds, which in turn loop all of your Megalith cards, which you also shuffle back into the deck with Omega. And then you make.
Why didn't you side in Drolls?
I did.
Why didn't you activate it?
I didn't see him. I had Droll and Imperm and Contact C, which actually might have mattered, but I didn't see any of them.
Oof.
And then basically what you do is you use the Megalith engine to infinitely make a Cowboy, and then you just burn you burn that way. And so that happened to me twice, and then I won 6 matches in a row. So so I'm actually getting that shipment is coming. I should get the regional mat sometime next week, so maybe I can show that off on an episode of the podcast. But
I would like to point out to any listener that's getting some invasive thoughts, the deck is not good. It didn't top. Don't let the invasive thoughts win.
I think I believe they immediately got dunked like 3 rounds in a row and then dropped. And so I just got goobered. And to be fair, my main deck, the only hand trap I had was Imperm. So because Dinosaur right now is playing blind second as a sweeper deck, and in hand trap formats, then you kind of have to like go against the grain a little bit. And there is actually a funny part about the regional that I will get into when we get into the main topic of this podcast. Because I played a card that got a rarity upgrade in the Mega TINS.
Oh man!
But so that was that. If you want to see the list, it's on my channel. I have a 25-minute video that could have been about 5 minutes long, which makes sense.
I think everyone prefers the 25-minute one. I can always speed up a 25-minute one and like skip around. I can't take a 5-minute video and add exposition if I want to learn.
That is very true.
That said, we could make a YouTube short out of the deck profile. Those things do awesome.
That's not a bad idea, actually. I should put one of those together.
You can like YouTube short the deck profile, and you can blow through it in a minute, and then just at the very end put a screenshot of the deck. Works great.
I know Nash has done those. That's a good idea. I should put that together.
We've done those on our channel.
I didn't know that.
Caleb did one. He played Pac-Man in Edison format.
Right.
It was great.
No, I have seen that one. That one was actually really good. That was a fun one.
Yeah. So let's move on. Let's talk about, we got a new platinum card. I'll let you talk about this. I didn't even know this was a thing until you put it in the topics.
Okay, so if you all remember the Blue Eyes White Dragon, like 1 of 1,000 card run that they did. It's got like the frame is made of like all silver. They charged $1,000 for it. So they are doing it again. This time it's surprise, surprise, Dark Magician. And it is now $1,300 on release. So
love that.
What's interesting about this is that a lot of people, I think, will look at this and be like, oh, wait, this is a good investment, because the Blue Eyes ones are selling for like $2,000 to $2,500. There has been maybe one sale in the last 3 months of this 1 of 1,000 thing. So it's like it's hard to get rid of. The people who are buying it aren't really getting rid of them, and also it's just really dumb. Like,
it's really ugly.
yeah, it's not only is it like it's like an NFT. Honestly, it's getting like I mean,
Which is its own problem.
It's at least like a physical product, right? But please don't buy this. Please do not encourage this non-sensory.
Please.
Like, even if you like Platinum Rare, this is just not even the Noble Knight Platinum Rare. We can't do this, guys.
I agree. So what I will say though is, there's more to talk about, which is a good thing.
Yay!
Let's talk about the biggest and best news of the day.
Mm-hmm.
We've been burying the lead. We know that there's something happening that is just objectively better than anything that we've talked about so far. So go home, get on Netflix, and watch the One Piece live action, which aired yesterday, August 31st.
I was going to say Nickelback Worldwide Benefit Concert.
No.
But
if you do want the big best news, though, we do have a new stream that's happening that we've never had before. The Latin American events will finally have their own live stream. Skyhawk, give me your instant gut reaction. How do you feel about this?
I think you summed it up actually perfectly before we started recording, which was lowercase w. But to be clear, this is massive. My understanding
still
is
a W.
Yeah, my understanding is that South America has never had streams. Like, it's never happened. They don't even always.
That is correct.
They don't even always get written coverage.
That is correct.
And this, so the grain of salt is that it's only day 2, which kind of sucks. But step in the right direction. If they're getting streams, maybe there's hope for Vancouver. Fingers crossed. Probably not. But
I would think that there's going to be a Vancouver stream, but. You know, I'm also not a Konami employee, so.
Yeah. So one thing that I think is important to note is I would be floored if the World Championship performance from that region was not an influence in the decision, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
Not only to have only 2 people in the entire region go to Worlds, have both of them make top 4 and one of them make finals, like. At what point do you realize that the market is there to watch these people play? And not only that, but they also deserve the spotlight just like North America and EU does. So
right, I was just about to say, if anything else, it's not even about whether or not people will watch. It's about the players are really, really good. You know, I think I've said this before, but when you look at a LATAM YCS, yes, they're small, but the quality of play is still very, very high. And there's a reason that our North American pro players can go there and bubble out, you know?
Yeah. Plus, I mean, I think people like to joke about it because you have stuff like, Brave, Salomon Great getting top 4 at one, or Mystic Mine winning another one.
Yeah, they just don't want to. They don't want to think about the fact that stuff like that happens here too.
Yep, exactly. I mean, we had probably the craziest. This is a little bit. We might talk about this on another episode, but like Montreal Regional this weekend, somebody got 3rd place, top 4, with Cyberdark Exosister Dinomorphia.
Ridiculous.
And you should go watch his deck profile, by the way. It's absolutely, the explanations are unbelievable. The deck list is genius. It's like, it's the Cyberdark engine has an unreal amount of synergy with the Exosister cards. It's essentially, you're basically playing like 8 more copies of Sakitama. But anyway, yeah, I'm glad they are finally getting streams. Yada Lux posted a great clip of a laundry dragon maid dancing to the Brazilian flag. Definitely go watch that.
As one does.
Yep, but it's a win. I hope that they keep doing it because they deserve it.
Okay, we do have a couple more things to talk about here. There's a highly chaotic image here in the group chat. I don't know what the chaos is about.
I was just sending that to you. I didn't mean for that to be a part of this.
Oh, okay.
You may remember. I have to explain it now. You may remember last year, somebody, Wanderlust, posted the 2022 non-Euclidean Fluffle flowchart. So this is the image I have sent to you is actually a flowchart that tells you how to play Fluffle in the year 2023.
Oh, okay. Doesn't look like a flow chart, but I could be wrong.
Well, that's why it's not.
All right.
That's why it's not Euclidean.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's get into the important parts of the episode, the parts that people are waiting on. Mm-hmm. Right. So we do have we have not all of the cards, or do we have all of the cards for the Megatins?
We have all of the cards for the Megatins.
We have so wait, this is the full set list?
This is the full set list.
Man, I was hoping it was going to be better. All right. Well, that's okay. That's it. That was the entire community reaction too. Yeah. Okay. So the Megatin full set list is out, and it is, give me a grade A to F. Skyhawk, go. You can use pluses and minuses.
Somewhere between a B and a B minus for me. It's not so like
really.
So I think it's a little bit better than people are giving it credit for, but it could have been way better with a little bit of effort, and that's what frustrates me. So I'm thinking I would give it a B minus.
I'm gonna go kind of through the set list kind of quickly, and let people tell me what they think. So I'm gonna roll through on a set by set basis and I'm just gonna do the cards that are actually relevant here, because some of these cards are a lot more relevant than others. So the following cards, those cards are absent. I'm sorry. We have some world premiere cards: a Camelot, Realm of Noble Knights and Noble Arms, Time Thief, Power Reserve, and Spiral Double Agent. They are all either unplayable or like a line of text from being playable.
Yeah. So Camelot is like a card that would have been great for Noble Knights like 6 years ago. Like at this point, they don't need it. You're playing bricks. It's not worth it. Spiral Double Agent is baffling. The deck, they might play it as a one-of, but it's like, I don't know why they made this. And then the Time Thief Trap is actually an interesting card, but it's not really much better than Retrograde. It's just kind of like a diversity tool. If you could activate it the turn it was set, Time Thief would be a playable deck. But Konami hates people having fun.
Us.
So these
right.
Get an F. These, to be clear, these get an F. This sucks.
Okay. I am going to hit the highlight reel on the Megatins. I'm just going to go scroll through the whole set list, which is like 283 cards.
That's a long one.
And it's a long one, but again, I'm going to hit the highlight reel. So we have Libromancer Geek Boy, and I'm guessing Libromancer Fire is also in here farther down.
Libromancer Fire and Libromancer Geek Boy are both ultra rares, getting downgrades from Secret. And as I believe,
not actually, no,
originally printed, because Fire was a Secret. No, so this
Geek Boy was a promo ultra though.
Promo ultra, and then Secret in the set. Yep. So and the rest of the Libromancer stuff, I believe, is reprinted in common. So the core is going to be really cheap.
Okay. Which it already wasn't like brutal or anything, but the whole Libromancer core is here. The Ice Shade core is here, including Azurine, which is nice. The Dinomorphia core is here. Theresia is a prismatic secret.
So, point to be made about the Dinomorphia stuff. This is one of the few where they actually swapped around the rarities decently well. Theresia was already a secret, so the prismatic is like whatever. But Diplos got an upgrade from common to super. Kent Regina got a downgrade from ultra to super, and Rexstrom got an upgrade to I believe Rexstrom is a secret.
Prismatic, yes.
And that's nice. And then the rest of the cards are just commons. Oh, Stelbergia got an upgrade to ultra.
Is an ultra, yeah. We also have Illusion of Chaos as a prismatic, which I'm fine with because it is still a reprint.
Yeah, I would have preferred ultra. It has a Starlight and a secret already, but I'll take it.
The Fluandery's Quick Play spell, Advent of Adventure, is a prismatic. That's the only expensive card left in the deck, so you can be prepared to see it everywhere. Dark the Dark Charmer Gloomy is an ultra rare. That is a nice rarity upgrade. Salesman as a super is funny because that card is not really good.
It was a secret, so having a super reprint is nice. It's kind of what they did with Book of Lunar Eclipse, actually, where they were like, it's a secret.
Yeah, but they could have done what they did with Warning Point and make it a common.
Yeah, that's true.
The Therion archetype is here. Lilyboria, which was already a secret, is now a prismatic. And Regulus, which was a secret, is also now a prismatic. And then you have the Visas Starfrost, which was a secret and is now a prismatic. And the entire Scareclaw, which is Rykart, Acro, Balon, and Astra. Rykart is a prismatic.
I do want to say, I think it is bizarre that a lot of the Scareclaw, at least some of like the main deck Scareclaws, didn't get rarity upgrades. Like, this seems like the perfect deck to put in super, so it's a little strange. I think that none of them like, it would have been cool, but regardless,
I mean, why do that? You had to get Yamatoko Orochi as a super, so
you're so right, my bad.
And also Fire Opal Head or whatever.
So for those who do not know, in the Dynadeck profile, I'm playing Fire Opal Head because there's an argument whether Fire Opal Head or Frosto is the optimal target, but it was a common.
I didn't know that.
And so they gave me. I am the only person in the world who is happy about this. I think I posted on Twitter that I was like, the Megatins are baffling. I don't understand some of the rarity choices. It wouldn't have taken much effort to get them better. And then I saw Fire Opal Head, and I quote tweeted myself saying, "Never mind, all is forgiven. Fire Opal Head super."
It's amazing. We have Illegal Knight getting the rarity downgrade from Secret to Ultra. Albalanatus, the Abyss Dragon, gets an ultra rare because I believe it before it was a. Actually, no, it was an ultra before, right? Or was it a secret?
I could not tell you. I have no idea.
Fair enough. Psychic and Punisher goes from secret to prismatic. Beyond the Pendulum as well, same thing. And Scareclaw Triheart goes from ultra to prismatic. Weather Painter Moonbow got itself a super rare.
Yeah, that was an ultra.
Therian Disc Coliseum gets a prismatic.
Isn't that
an engine?
It was
an ultra.
It was an ultra, so that's a good move, yeah.
Yeah, Endless Engine Argyro System is a rare in here. Primitive Planet Reichphobia is a prismatic secret. That is the primitive planet for the Therians, if I'm not mistaken.
Nope. Primitive Planet is the Scareclaws. Disc Coliseum is the Therian field spell.
I am perfectly open to being dumb. I'm fine with that. Like I said, all the Libromancers are here. There's the Therians again. Ice Jade Creation, Ajiro Cassie. Exosister Martha as a prismatic. Rika Princess as an ultra. That's good.
That's a good upgrade. You'll see later a lot of the Exosisters got huge rarity bumps. So if you want to bling out Exosisters, this is the place.
Scareclaw Lightheart as a prismatic.
Yep.
Rika Con as a common. That's good. That was like a $4 or $5 super.
Yep. Good move.
Branded Expulsion.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they have reprinted a banned
common. That's a new one, but they probably had the set list done before they had that ban list done.
Probably.
Terrors of the Overroot is another common. Garura Wings of Resident Life is a prismatic. Pit Knight Early as an ultra is sick.
That is cool.
We got a bunch of high-end prismatic and ultra rare black wings that still don't matter. Bestial Magnemite got a prismatic, as did Sarnir and Druisworm and Lubellion. All those Bestials are all prismatic. Then you have Bestial Abelos, which is a rare, of course, because it's pointless.
Nobody plays
Blazing Cartesia is a prismatic. Fenrir, Unicorn, and Ogre all got prismatics, which makes sense. The Ninja cards even got reprinted here. Mole Cricket and Camellia both got super rares. The new Draco Slayer cards, which are no longer new, all got secrets. Rex got a common, which sucks. Rex Freight for Hire could have gotten a prismatic secret, and it would have been fine. If Soul Scissors can get a super, Rex Freight for Hire could have gotten an ultra.
I agree.
The entire Labyrinth archetype is in here. Specifically, Lady Labyrinth is a prismatic secret rare. and the other ones are farther down. So I'll get to those when I get there. Kashira Shangri-Ira is a prismatic secret. They really want that deck to be very, very shiny. The runic guys are in here. What else did I skip over? I didn't skip over. Infernal Queen Salmon is in here as a common.
Infernal Queen Salmon is here. You are correct.
Yeah. Wallow is a common. Donner as a rare. That could have been an ultra.
I think
Zealantis as a prismatic.
Donner definitely should have gotten an upgrade. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got a downgrade.
Muckraker
is a prismatic. Yeah.
That's a good reprint. That card is expensive right now, so that's a nice one.
What else? Kashira Birth as a prismatic secret's kind of sick.
That card actually, as much as I want that card banned, it does look beautiful in prismatic secret.
Yeah. Naturia Blessing as an ultra is kind of a sick. Branded Beast as a rare is technically an upgrade. I would have liked to have seen that card get a super. Destructive Daruma Karma Cannon as a prismatic secret is kind of nice.
It was an ultra before.
Why are there so many Amazoness ultras? That's stupid.
I could not tell you.
Yeah. Lovely Labyrinth is a prismatic. Ariana and Ariane are both prismatics. Chandra, Glare, Stovey, Torbia, and Kuklok are all commons. That's stupid. That all could have been supers. Labyrinth is a prismatic. That's stupid. Yeah. Welcome Labyrinth as a prismatic, but Fair Welcome Labyrinth? Oh, that's a different card. Okay. Well, Welcome Labyrinth is a prismatic. Let's see. You have a Ghastly Glitch as a common. That could have been like an ultra or even a rare, I guess. But
rare maybe.
Wasn't it already a common before, or was it a super before?
I think it was a common before. I have no idea.
Runic Fountain and Runic Tip both get prismatics. Runic Allure gets an ultra for some reason. Flashing Fire and Destruction both get ultras, which is cool. Freezing Curses and Slumber and Droplet all get ultras. I think instead of Droplet, or maybe instead of Slumber, it should have been Smiting Storm to get the other ultra rare, but whatever. Hugin gets a prismatic. Munin and Jerry both get rares, which downgrades, I guess. Sure. The Exorcisters all get prismatics. That's fine. All the good ones anyway. Rite of Aramasir and Water Enchantress both get prismatics. Wandering Griffin Rider gets another ultra. Fateful Adventure gets its first reprint as a prismatic. Sure. Dracobat gets another downgrade somehow. And then you have a couple of cards that they reprinted exactly so that they could
errata them.
And then there are... You do get one of the following cards as a promotional quarter-century secret rare when you buy the tin. You can get either Dark Magician, Exodia the Forbidden One, Red Eyes Black Dragon, the original artwork, not the artwork used on the tin itself for some reason, Rainbow Dragon, Cyber Dragon, Elemental Hero Neos, Stardust Dragon, Blackwing Armor Master, Black Rose Dragon, number 39 Utopia, Galaxy S Photon Dragon, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, Enlightenment Paladin, Decode Talker, Firewall Dragon, and Salamangreat Blaze Dragon. One of those will be a prismatic secret, a 20 quarter-century secret rare. If you come across any Armor Master, Stardust, or Black Rose, hit me up.
I am excited for the Rainbow Dragon as a Crystal Beast enthusiast, as is the entire Crystal Conclave, I'm sure. I guess before we get into what's not in the tins, and then we can maybe give our overall thoughts, I do want to go over the erratas, because there is one that actually does matter, and then there's a couple that are very funny. So the errata that matters the most is definitely on Amorphactor Pain, the Imagination Drake Overlord.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
This was misprinted in the TCG. It wasn't supposed to be this way, but there just hasn't been a good excuse to reprint it, and they were like, we'll just shove them in the tin, screw it. So previously, the card said, if this card is ritual summoned, your opponent skips their next main phase 1, which made it an activated effect, meaning you could respond to it with something like Infinite Impermanence. Now, if this card is ritual summoned, skip the main phase 1 of your opponent's next turn, and there's a comma, which means it is not an activated effect. It just kind of happens. It just applies. So that sucks, and it means that people might start experimenting with Drytron again, because that makes it a lot more powerful to do. A couple of other quick ones that matter. A Dragoonity Senatus can now just equip any Dragoonity tuner, and not just a Dragon Dragoonity tuner. So for any Dragoonity players still coping on a Senatus normal summon, that balls out. Noble Knight Kustenin has also finally been fixed, which is funny because Camelot is a thing in this set. Noble Knight Kustenin in the TCG was misprinted to say that you get an extra normal summon of a Noble Knight if this card was summoned. But actually, Kostendin's effect is that you can normal summon anything if it's special summoned. But you get locked into Noble Knights after you use that effect. So it doesn't really matter. The other functional errata is on Shark Drake Vice. Who cares? The funny errata is Crawler Receptor is in this set. So the reason that Crawler Receptor is in this set, it only matters in Germany, because in German, the name of the card means that you can search it with the Nouvelles cards, because Receptor was translated to be the same word as recipe on the names of the cards. So unfortunately, you can no longer play Crawler Nouvelles for anybody who's hoping to do that.
Oh no!
So that's it for the erratas. But on this page as well is a list of a bunch of cards that did not make the TINS. And there's some pretty surprising stuff. The biggest thing of note is that almost nothing from Power of the Elements is here. To be fair, when they released the description for these TINS, Pote was not in the description.
That is true.
However, they have reprinted a bunch of commons from Pote at common in the TINS, but nothing of a higher rarity. So there are Pote commons that are in these TINS, but there are no supers, no secrets, no ultras. Which doesn't make any sense. So that means...
Okay, there's some cards here that I want to touch on that are actually on the list of not printed.
Yep.
Like you said, the Pote list is kind of crazy, right?
So it's not just
because...
that it's not... So the thing is, like, it's not just that the Pote cards are gone. For example, Sprite Sprind was Darkwind Blast, and that is not in the TINS as well.
Right, none of the Sprite cards, none of the Tier Limit cards are in here. None of the Valence cards are in here. I don't know why they wouldn't put the Valence cards in here. They're so good.
None of the... Well, so Valence wasn't Pote.
It's a joke.
The one thing...
I know.
The one thing that seemed like a slam dunk, there are no Vernisylphs in here.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy too.
It's a little weird.
Also, we don't have the Ishizu cards.
Yeah, from Maven's... I mean, they're all limited, so I can see why those wouldn't be here.
And that's all very, very cheap. But they were released last year. But there are like a couple of like really, really specific cards that are not here that I do want to just like really, really touch on because they're not expensive, but they are relevant. The first one is I'm just going through battles. Like I'm starting at Battle of Chaos and just going down the list of the ones that I see. But Guardian Chimera is not here. With the Chimera deck getting better and better, and Guardian Chimera being one of the stronger plays within the deck, if the deck commonly runs two of them, I think that the card is already getting up to $30 to $35 for the reprint Ultra.
For the reprint.
And while I do understand that it's already been reprinted once this year, it would not have hurt to get it done again. There's another card here, Sword Soul Sinister Sovereign Kijing Longyan. It was originally a secret rare in this set. It is only a few dollars, but it is also the only Sword Soul card that sees play that has not been reprinted as of this moment.
Easy card to downgrade. The one card out of Dimension Force that I want to talk about off the top is...
Well, there's one last card that I had here.
Go for it. In Battles of Chaos.
Dragon Bite was an Ultra in Battles of Chaos, and it's actually a shockingly good and competent Yu-Gi-Oh card. It's like really strong. It just hasn't found a home yet, but that card is very good. And at this point, if it's not getting reprinted in the TINS, if it comes up as a combo piece in a deck, which it will at some point, if I had to guess, because the card is so strong, it will be very expensive as an ultra rare. Yeah.
Yep. I think for Dimension Force, they got most of the stuff, or some of the stuff that they didn't get has been reprinted elsewhere. The big one missing is Exorcister's Magnifica. So the rest of the Exorcisters are in here, but Magnifica is not. So
right,
and that's the payoff. That's the big rank up Chungus. So if you're planning on playing Exorcister, I would definitely get your copy of that sooner rather than later. The rest of the cards will be very cheap, but that card is going to get more expensive, especially if it starts performing.
Yeah. Obviously, out of Pote, like we said, the Tearlaments, as well as the Vernisylphs, as well as all the Sprite. None of those are in here. None of the Goatee cards are in here. I would also like to point out a couple of other things that are not here.
Mm-hmm.
From the last set, we had Deer Note, but in this set, we also have Jam Dragon Drive. But the reason that we don't have any of the Punk cards is because they were all reprinted in the Battles of Legend Monstrous Revenge. But other than that, here in this set, you have Kurikara Divincan't, which has not been reprinted. That's a very big one that really needed a reprint. You also have Ultimate Slayer, which was not as big of a deal, but really could have used it. Terrors of the Overroot, while it is a common, could have used a super rare upgrade that would have been very nice. Those are my big ones from this set.
Kind of a shame that the Goatee stuff didn't get reprints at low rarity. It's not like those cards were very expensive, but that seems like a good core to exist in the TINS. So it's not like critical that those are gone, but I don't mind that much. And again, we mentioned it before, but if we move into Darkwing Blast, the tier cards that are there are not reprinted, nor the Vernisylphs, so that's, or the Sprites. So Grief, Heartbeat, Scream, no reprints. Rucalis, no reprint. Sprite Sprind, no reprint. And no reprint for Double Cross, which would have been interesting as a rarity upgrade. I think there may be a conclusion that we can draw from the lack of Sprite reprints in this tin, and it has something to do with the possible looming list.
I don't think that's the conclusion.
I think it's possible.
I think that if they planned on hitting Sprite on this list, then they would have reprinted it hard right here. Like blue as a super kind of hard reprint in an attempt to sell the set, and then they can come after it later, and then they can say, oh, well, we reprinted it in a lower rarity, so you can't be mad at us. Kind of like what they did with the Ishizu cards, knowing they were going to hit them all. They did not short print them. In fact, if anything, they overprinted the Ishizu cards in a heavily bought set, and the entire Ishizu core, by the time it got hit, was a grand total of like $20.
Yeah, I think I agree with that assessment. Like, I don't know. I think there's a universe where it's still a precursor to a ban, because if they don't feel like there is another opportunity to reprint them, maybe they were planning on having rotated it out by now. We will not know until the list drops. That's really the only time we'll know.
Yeah, at this point, if they're not here at this point, then I like to say I don't think they're going to hit it because they still want to be able to put them in another set later. But they also didn't reprint the Tearlaments, and that might honestly be mostly because the Tearlaments cards being decimated on the ban list indicates that it will not sell very well as an inclusion in this set. So I guess I see where you're coming from, that why put the Sprite cards in here if you're just going to destroy them on the ban list?
There is...
Because, it's not going to help it sell this set if they're just short on the ban list.
So that is actually one other card that's missing here from Pote that is kind of expensive, and that's Primeval Planet Perlerino.
Yeah, but it's a tier card.
Yeah, but a tier is still seeing play. It's got regional tops. So Perlerino is still a card that's kind of pricey for what it is, but if they're not including any Pote Hollows, then it makes sense to not include it.
Yeah.
So what do you...
There's one more card from Darkwing Blast, too, that we didn't mention, which is not super expensive, but could have used an upgrade to even Ultra or Prismatic. I would have liked to have seen Meteorologic. There's no T. It's Meteorologic. Aggregator. Yeah, anyway, Aggregator. I would have liked to have seen Aggregator get the print here. And Zektrek Uru, or Kuwu also, obviously.
Yeah, an upgrade for the Insector card would be cool. Or downgrade.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I gave it a B- initially. It sounded like you were going to give it a much worse grade. What's your grade?
I think the rarity distribution is where I have my biggest issue. And there's there's only one card for me that is an actual massive non-inclusion, and that's Kurikara Divincan't.
Yep.
I think that there's cases to be made for all of the other cards being worthy of non-inclusion. There's a case for the Sprite Core. There's a case for the Vernisoft. There's a case for Tier Limit. There's a case for this and that and the other. There's cases for all those cards not being included that make a lot of sense.
There's even a minor case for something like Guardian Chimera, where they're like, we already did it. It's not the best case,
right?
But there's something there,
right? But other than I like money, there's just no case for Divincarnate.
Yeah,
and I get it. Like, there has to be some kind of monetary decision made at some point on some of these cards. But you could have put it in, even if you put Kurikara in as an Ultra is a bloated slot. There are a lot of Ultra rares.
Yeah.
It still is going to be like a valuable card that is worth a reprint later, but also helps make it somewhat more affordable.
Yeah.
And then it makes the Ultra slot have something worth pulling. Because at this time, I see the entire decent rarity distribution as prismatic. And I get why, but why are we reprinting the adventure cards in prismatic when they already have multiple secret rare printings? Why are we doing that?
Yep. I 100% agree with you. And they're like, no, look, you get 2 secrets. Shut up. So.
Oh, did they do 2 secrets per pack?
It's 2 secrets per pack.
Never mind. I don't care. Make it all secret. Secret's pretty. No, seriously. If you're giving me 2 secrets per pack, I legitimately don't care. I don't care at all.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because the secret rare is so stacked that you're going to get good secret rares in every pack.
Yeah, so that part of it is...
Like, I know that that's a huge 180, but like 3 secrets per 10 versus 6 is a completely different ballgame.
Right. No, I agree with that. And the secret slot, to be fair, is a lot of good cards. So that's...
It has Fenrir.
Yeah. I gave it a... I mean, we'll see for how long.
Oh, it'll always be in the secret rare slot. It just might not be at 3.
Yeah, there just might be fewer copies of it that you're allowed to play.
Right.
So my reason for B- is very similar. I actually think there's not a lot of misses. It seems like every year with the Mega TINS, there's a card. It was Chaos Dragon Levianeer one year. It was Axis Kotalker the next. And it is bad. It's terrible whenever it happens. It's dumb as hell. But Konami sucks in some ways like this. There's always going to be something that they have to save. And so this time it's Kurikara. At least it's at a time when it's not seeing much play. Like, you're not seeing Kurikara in a lot of side decks, but it's still 43. And you know as soon as it starts seeing play, then it's just going to go right back up to where it was again. And especially now that the reprint is not confirmed, we don't know when the next opportunity is. It's likely not in the rarity collection. Where is it going?
I would assume it's not in the rarity collection. Technically, it could be.
Imagine.
There's a couple of cards that I would love to cut from the rarity collection. I would much rather have Kurikara there.
You're not wrong about that. I agree.
Can we all just agree that Kurikara in the rarity collection would be the most
That'd be hype. That'd be hype.
Just my audio died. Hold on, I'm just gonna...
I mean, I still have your
part in the rarity collection would be like the most like big D energy from Konami TCG of all time.
I agree with that for sure. I think not reprinting Guardian Chimera is a very sad oversight. I think probably they were like, we don't think Chimera is going to be that crazy. So I think that maybe they misjudged the power of the deck and they figured the price would stay low.
Mm-hmm. There's going to be a desync right there. Just a heads up.
That's fine.
My headphones switching out got messed up.
No, we're good. It is for me. It's the rarity distribution. I actually think there's not a lot of stuff that got missed, but like you could have reprinted the sprites here. That some of the tier stuff could have been reprinted.
Here's the thing about the sprites. There was a meta-defining archetype that missed in last year's TINS too. And it got reprinted like 2 months later in another set, and it never got hit on the ban list, and that's Sortzel.
That is true.
The question is, do we have any reprint sets coming up in the next month or two that we think this could get a reprinting? Because it's not the rarity collection. They're not putting Sprite in the rarity collection.
I don't think we do. I don't think we have anything until February at the earliest.
Right. That's my concern. So, Yeah, it's gonna be brutal.
Seemed
Like I said, last year's Sword Soul missed, but we were fine with it because they all got reprinted in Mama.
in Mavens. Oh. Maybe I gotta downgrade to a C. It's weird. I think there's a lot, because the tins are like, okay, there's a lot of good cards in here, and there's a lot of good deck cores that you can build most of in the sets. And I think they treated some decks well. Dinomorphia, they basically did the rarity distributions almost perfectly.
They said, "Hey, Bestials, I see you. You're good. We're giving you the
So there's some stuff that they treated really well, but like the super slots could have been picked way better. I think the ultra slots could have been picked way better, and I think there's some stuff at Secret. Also, you're going to reprint all of the Exorcisters, but not include Magnifica, which was in Difo.
Yeah,
that to me is a greedy move. Like that means they have it set somewhere. Like there's no reason to not include it. So
yeah,
that sucks. But I think my final note is that Fire Opalhead is a super rare. So everything I've said is irrelevant.
That's sick. I'm gonna give it a. I'll stick with a C plus. The rarity distribution is pretty rough, and the lack of Kurikara and Guardian Chimera, Qixing Longyan, which I'm telling you, that's a crazy no print. And there was another one. I don't know why my camera just went off.
I could not tell you, but don't worry, I'll replace you with Nash.
Of course. Well, that doesn't matter because that's the end of the episode anyway. So, thank you everybody for listening. Let's go ahead and thank all of our wonderful patrons. A huge thank you, of course, to Bring Red Reboot Back to 3, Kane Martin, Zyphorus, Ashy Elbows, and Joyous Springs. That is such an insane name. I love that one. Big
good.
Stinky, Blue Eyes is Best, Copium, Branded in Chanel number 5, Broken Boy 13, Ding Dongs, Hostess of the Yang Zing, Gold Secrets Coming Back When, Konami, HGH Cyber, I used to play Rogue, but then my mom got a job, Is Canada, Nickelback, John Leal, Level 4 Fire Warrior Gaming, Mountain Man, Oatmeal Spaghetti, Only 2 Thrusts, Sorry, It's All I Had, Owen Alvarado, Pistol Place Pendulums, Silver Hope, Understanding and Reading are two different things, Virtually Savior's World, as anyone Red Toy Vendor, it's kind of like reading Miscars, Aaron Gardner, Alexander Chan, Asami, Ashless Chaps, Atsuyo, Sympathy Silver Castle, Blackwing Silver in the Ascent is the best floodgate, Box Wine, Come on and get your game on. Duty Booty, Dragon Maidenless Behavior. I'm about to Rigger Glimmer, Tuber for Crossty's Plant Nuts in Your Mouth. Cam, the Anti-Magical Hat Sky, Neshi, All My Red, Pinko 143, and Saking It Up. Thank you all so much for your continued support of the podcast. And of course, until next time, happy birthday to my sister, Regina. You're an awesome sister, and I appreciate you. And today is your birthday as of airing. So congratulations. Happy birthday. Until next time, have a great weekend, everyone.
Happy birthday to Sunny's sister, and all I have to say is, soon. Soon you shall be super rare.